IRS scandals back on the Hill. House committee set to hold a hearing on the Justice Department's response to the agency's targeting of conservative groups. No action by Eric Holder so far, even though the hard drive of yet another federal employee has disappeared.
Sands, she actually worked with Lois Lerner back in her FEC days. But what's troubling is another day, another hard drive crash. We're not going to drop this. We're going to go after it.
Byron York, chief political correspondent for the Washington Examiner, here to examine this, also a Fox News contributor. So this is 8 employees now, right? That's the current count. 8 employees who have had emails missing and their hard drive destroyed.
Good morning, Bill. It's kind of an epidemic in the Obama administration. Who knows how high that number will go. What's really important here is remember when we first learned that Lois Lerner's emails were not available, that her hard drive had crashed and it had been destroyed. A lot of officials said, well, don't worry, we'll be able to reconstruct her emails because we'll go to the people she corresponded with and we'll get her emails from those hard drives. Well, one of the real interesting people involved in this is a woman named April Sands, who worked with Lois Lerner when both were at the Federal Election Commission. Sands is still at the FEC, and she came under investigation for overt political activity on the job inside the FEC, which would be a violation of the law. And when the Inspector General over there, as part of this investigation, wanted to look at her emails, darned if her hard drive had not failed too and had been recycled. So not only do officials at the FEC not know the full extent of her partisan political activities, people who are investigating the IRS scandal don't know if there was any sort of communication between April Sands at the FEC and Lois Lerner at the IRS. That's all apparently just gone up in smoke with these hard drive failures.
You paint a very interesting picture, because if you're trying to follow the breadcrumbs on this story, it has so far led to an attorney, April Sands, African-American woman who apparently during federal time, on federal dollars, she was sending out tweets. I don't understand how anyone but straight white men can vote Republican. What kind of delusional rhetorical does one use? And on it went. Now, that's against the law. You cannot do that as a federal employee.
That's right. As federal employees cannot engage in partisan political activities while on official duty at a federal installation. And these tweets, and there are a whole bunch of them, not just the one you read, indicated that April Sands was encouraging people to, for example, contribute to the Obama re-election campaign in 2012. So there was a pretty clear case of improper political activity on the job against Ms. Sands at the FEC. And the way we learned about this hard drive failure was with the FEC Inspector General trying to look into this political activity and discovering that FEC officials, somebody in the organization, had destroyed that hard drive.
Yeah, we'll see who's next. Byron, thanks. Byron York.
Thank you, Bill.
You bet. Martha.